Well, folks, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all my latest haul from Larkspur Line Train Store. My latest visit to Larkspur was a pretty memorable one, I've got to say. The store was just really well stocked on this visit, and I ended up walking away with a lot of really cool things, and I can't wait to show you them all. So let's get started. I'm going to begin with the more boring things and then work my way to the more exciting stuff. So let's begin. Anyway, the first thing I bought was some Lebel Lubricants. This stuff's kind of expensive, I'm not gonna lie, and I haven't tried a lot of other lubricants. I don't know if there's other ones that you guys use out there. If you do, let me know, because I am kind of curious to try out some other ones, but this is just what I use, and I was running low on Lebel Lubricants, so I bought some more. And I picked Lebel 107 this time, so we'll see if that makes a bit of a performance difference with some of my locomotives. I don't know, it just seemed good. So yeah, that's the first thing I got. The second thing I got was an old Lifelike controller. These are not terribly good controllers, but I like having a few of these old controllers around just for doing testing and stuff on locomotive projects. And yeah, it was a $4 controller, so really not a huge investment. So I decided to pick that up. It's just good to have at the workbench to, you know, to work on things with. So there's that. And then I ended up getting a few buildings. The store has a lot of buildings right now. They bought a lot of estates, so they've got quite the selection of those. And I got these three. Now, I'm not sure how many of you remember this, but a few months ago I bought a whole circus set. I don't know if these were part of the same estate or not, but I really liked them, and they were going for $1.95 each, so I was just like, what the heck, we'll add those on. And I want to incorporate that whole set into the layout. I have this whole plan, which I want to do this summer for that. So yeah, just figured I'll pick those up and add them on. And I don't know what it was, but I really liked this building as well. And it's not terribly big, so I'm sure I can find a spot somewhere on the layout to put this very random building. I don't even know specifically what it is. A shed with a porch? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there were all of those. Anyway, on to the next bag. So, in the video, you might have seen there were a lot of CNF units, and I ended up buying them all. Here's the first one. This was the $4 Lifelike Locomotive. I'm really excited because this is got one of those old drives which is very similar to old Varney locomotives, so we'll see about that one. And then here are all the Boxman engines. Now, you might be wondering why I decided to buy these, because I already have a few. I bought these with the intention of just fixing them up. I want to fix them up and do something with them. I don't plan to keep these locomotives, so maybe with the exception of the Lifelike, because I kind of like that one, but these three, I want to do something with them. I don't know what yet, but we'll fix them and then figure it out. So yeah, and these were going for, I don't know, this one was $15 as allegedly a good runner. And then these two, I think, were like 10 bucks each or something. Yeah, this is 10 on the nose, and then of course, this one was basically 5 bucks. So yeah, I just decided to get all those. Why not, right? And yeah, we'll do something interesting with them. So there are all of those. And then finally, this is the bit which I'm about to show you all, which I'm like really excited about. And some of you probably know what it is, and it is, of course, the Rivarossi train set. Now, when I saw this thing, I honestly just couldn't believe it. The locomotive itself, this was really the piece I wanted to get. I've always wanted a Dreyfuss Hudson, and it's just a great looking locomotive. And these older Rivarossi steamers can be fun to work on. They're a little bit fickle, so I find that sometimes, you know, looking for parts and stuff can be a little bit difficult. So I don't know what I've got myself into with this thing. It clearly needs work. But yeah, our Rivarossi steam engine, and its cars too, which I was also thrilled to get because it's a gorgeous train. The whole thing is just beautiful. So yeah, I got that whole set, and I bought it for $100. I don't know if that's the greatest deal, but I imagine it's definitely cheaper than I could have bought it on like eBay, for example. So yeah, pretty happy with this whole set. We'll see. I love all the original box design too, just so retro. I don't know, Rivarossi. I'm just a fan of the old Rivarossi stuff. It's not the most reliable out there by a long shot, but I think they did put care into building their stuff. Anyway, why don't we go try to test out all these engines. I'm sure the steam engine won't run, but I'm sure at least a couple of those F units will kick. So let's take them over to the track. Alright, let's see if any of these will go. I'm going to start here with the Lifelike Locomotive, which according to the store is a poor as is locomotive. But it doesn't say anywhere on it that it doesn't run specifically. So that is hopefully some hope that it will do something for us. I'm sure it needs a little bit of work though, especially too, I don't know specifically when this engine would be from, but judging by the drive, I'd imagine it's got to be maybe the early 70s. I don't know. Anyway, let's give it a chance here and see if it will do anything. Oh, well, that is a lot better than I was expecting. It's not even half bad. It can even do kind of like a bit of a low speed. It's sort of loud, but these old Lifelikes were never really built to be quiet. And even the current draw is not too bad. The motors are just really inefficient, but I mean, for $5, I really can't complain. That's way better than I was expecting. It certainly could be improved like a little bit, but it's usually about as good as these things perform. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed. What a deal. So that's a great start. That's one of the rare times I've seen one of those older Lifelike drives run really well, because in a lot of cases nobody's done any maintenance on them and they're in really poor shape. Anyway, next off we got the does not run sold as is Boxman engine. Don't have a specific idea of what might be preventing this thing from going. It could either be that the drive is seized, or more likely maybe the wires broken. I don't know. Let's see what it reads. Oh, we've got a short circuit. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Somebody might have miswired it. Who knows? But yeah, not much out of that one. Anyway, we've got the next Boxman. Can't remember. I think this one does run, actually. I don't know. Let's give it a go. Well, doesn't seem bad. It's pretty quiet. Sounds like it might have the gear problem. Let's run that forward again. I thought I heard a clicking. I don't know. It could be pretty subtle sometimes, but that's overall really not bad. That's pretty good. These old Boxmans are never really perfect. And then we've got this one, which allegedly runs well. So, yeah, let's get the packaging off of that. All right. Well, will it do what it says? That's the question. Yep. It's probably the best runner of the bunch, to be honest. I didn't see, is the headlight on it working? Yeah, light seems to be burnt out too, so it's not a perfect engine, but at least it runs well. Anyway, finally we got the old Rivarossi steamer, and we never confirmed at the store whether or not this thing ran. It's definitely not going to be able to move under its own power at the moment, because the motor is kind of messed up, but we can at least test out the motor. In fact, the best way to test this would probably be to hook up some wires. Now we'll wire it up to the new controller. Now this is good because we can test out this controller and this locomotive at the same time. So first of all, let's see if this is a good controller. Hopefully I haven't bought a dud. I didn't see any sparks. Uh-oh. Well, I hate to say it, but I think I got a dud. I have not been able to get any sparks out of this, and it appears to be wired up fine. And same goes for the AC. So yeah, I don't know. Completely dead. Well, got the original controller all wired up, so now we can try to test out this locomotive. I think this old Rivarossi motor is going to turn over. There are a lot of people that don't like these motors because they're old 3-poles, but as far as 3-poles go, I actually find these are pretty good motors. Rivarossi really put a lot of care into building their motors, so these usually are not too bad in my experience. And, well, yeah, proof's in the pudding. It runs. Well, folks, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm overall pretty happy with everything. It all pretty much did what it was supposed to. And unfortunately, that one little Lifelike controller didn't work out, but you know, what can you really do? I am, however, really impressed with this little Lifelike locomotive. It really kind of blew past my expectations in terms of performance. So yeah, that was really quite a nice surprise. And yeah, everything else is pretty good. I'm really excited to get to work on this eventually. It's probably going to take a few months to getting around to that, but yeah, it will be a fun project for the fall probably. Anyways, with that, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching.